Hi, everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and I don't want Colin Firth to be my dad.
You want him to be your daddy.
Oh.
I was gonna leave that implied, but okay.
I'm Alex, and I'm certain that I can start riding a motorcycle again after 20 years of not.
I'm Kat, and I kind of wonder if Daphne is friends with the Princess of Genovia. Just a thought.
And I'm Brendan, and you know what? Getting an American girlfriend is easy if you can play the guitar, apparently. And be a parking attendant.
And something else, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
probably a caterer.
Yeah.
He was a caterer and the
hotel clerk.
And the hotel clerk. And the entertainment.
And runs a youth hostel.
Mm-hmm.
And is, in fact, actually part of the aristocracy, though he doesn't like it.
Aristocracy.
Wait, was he?
Yeah.
Wow, I
Nope.
completely stopped paying attention at some point. Anyway, so...
I stopped paying attention way early on.
It's that kind of movie. Anyway, today we're talking about the 2003 movie, What a Girl Wants. So spoilers abound for that cinematic masterpiece. If you want specific content warnings about things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. For those of you who've never watched What a Girl Wants...
Hey, everyone should see What a Girl Wants.
I agree.
Join us.
But just in case you haven't, for whatever reason, seen it.
The summary, according to Google, is... On a whim, American teenager Daphne boards a plane to England to find the father she never met. Upon arriving there, though, she makes a startling discovery. This is wrong. The man she's looking for is Lord Henry Dashwood, a member of the British upper class, who is running for political office. Lord Henry didn't know Daphne existed, but he welcomes her into his life. However, she isn't so sure, and his family and current betrothed look on her disapprovingly.
Tut tut.
Apparently this is also based on an actual play.
Yes, The Reluctant Debutante, which sounded like a much better show.
Although Alex and I took the opportunity to look at a clip of it, and let me tell you, What a Girl Wants is a shining pinnacle of acting, comparatively.
Are you insulting Sandra Dee?
I'm insulting a lot of people here.
Also...
And that's not Sandra Dee, that's Amanda Bynes.
I'm in the Reluctant Debutante.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm also insulting Rex Harrison. I'm insulting a number of people.
Insulting in 1950 cinematography.
Yeah, it's more accurate.
How many awkward dance numbers were in The Debutante?
You know, for all we know, there could have been dozens. We only watched a 2-minute clip, and that was 2 minutes of eternity.
I mean... Wait, was the acting in The Reluctant Debutante worse than What's His Head the Boy?
No.
No.
The male love interest in this film, is he a real life musician of some kind? Was he like hot to trot in 2003?
I don't know. I didn't care enough about him to check.
Like, in this day and age, he would have been played by fucking Zayn Malik or something like that.
Oh, man. If he'd been Zayn Malik, a lot more would have made sense. Oh, Zayn. This movie
is not good.
No,
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. I remember it being bad, but in like a fun, entertaining kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching this, I was like, oh, this is just awkward.
Right?
It could have been good. I'll say it.
Could it?
Okay, so it's Lord Henry Dashwood, right?
Uh-huh.
Henry Dashwood is the name of a Jane Austen character. Colin Firth played a different Jane Austen character, Mr. Darcy. All I'm saying is that there could have been some, like, oh, and his fiancée in this movie is played by the same actress who played Carolyn Bingley
That's why she looked familiar.
in the 1995 Pride and Prejudice. There could have been a deep metatextual thing going on, but
they didn't.
It didn't, though. But it could have, and it could have been so great.
It was bothering me the whole time why she looked familiar.
She was finally getting what was hers. And Daphne had to show up. Daphne.
There needed to be... Well, I'll save that for my changes, so...
Though, if we want to play, their names are similar. Henry sounds a lot like Harry, who's Colin Firth's character in Mamma Mia.
So you're saying Colin Firth in his wild youth.
I'm just saying this movie could be queer. That's what I'm saying.
Lord Henry Dashwood from Jane Austen, I believe he was a no-goodnik of some variety.
So many of them are.
Am I incorrect about that?
Well, this one was obviously was a no-goodnik. He drove a motorcycle and did archaeology.
Okay. Did he?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's how he meets the girl in the Daphne's mother in the let's start from the top here.
All right, y'all. So 17 years previous to the start of this movie. 18 years for giving them, time to know each other first. Lord Henry Dashwood, in his wild youth, meets a free-spirited, musician, Libby.
American.
A blonde American. In some foreign country. Whether it's...
white, people think is, romantically foreign country.
Yeah. They meet, they fall in love, they get married in a ceremony that may or may not be legal. There's colonialist, undertones. It's a good old time.
Colonialist overtones.
I mean, he is a lord.
Yeah.
Right.
They are madly, passionately in love, and then they go back to his ancestral home in England. Mm-hmm. Where everyone is very disapproving of, the free-spirited American woman. And she is convinced by a, ne'er-do-well to leave him, for his own good, and that it is what he secretly wants.
Not just any ne'er-do-well. This is, the, advisor to the current Lord, Henry Dashwood's father.
Who is dead? Who's either dying or dead.
I feel like, doesn't he die shortly thereafter?
Like, I think the reason why she's given the, shown the door is because Lord died.
And suddenly he has
responsibility.
The no good guy here, is similar to a Polonius role. If you get in your Shakespeare.
Polonius, but somehow even more malicious.
Indeed.
Yep. Henry gets a fake Dear John letter.
As does Daphne's mother.
I thought she was just given a...
she was just told a Dear John.
Yeah.
And like...
He would never say, but,
Like, okay, I believe you, person, and who I don't know, and I will leave without talking things out first.
Yeah, this is like the first, within the first 5 minutes we have so if you just talk to each other.
Yep.
One phone call.
Over the course of 17 years, honestly, could have just cut off this movie.
I believe that was, Libby's point towards the end. It's like, you had 17 years to call me and straighten this out. But, so she leaves, and some months later, Daphne is born, and they live, in a New York City walk up above China, above a Chinese restaurant.
More undertones.
But it just speaks to her freewheeling nature, but why? Ooh, questions we're not supposed to ask. Go on.
And every year on Daphne's birthday, she has just one birthday wish. Which is that her father would come.
And it gets to the point of being kinda weird.
Also, she calls her mom by her first name, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah, we grew up kind of bohemian, but I never called my mom Deborah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Felt wrong saying it. Love you, Mom. And so, fast forward to the 17 years, Daphne has a lot of feelings, Libby has a lot of feelings, Daphne takes hers out by basically running away, to England.
How easy is it for a 17-year-old to travel unaccompanied to another country?
This was, I believe this, wait, when was this, when did this movie come out?
This is post 9/11.
Yeah, it's 2003, I looked it up, yeah.
But when was it in production?
Ooh.
Who knows?
That being said, yeah, I mean, you can fly unaccompanied. Generally, you can request you just get labeled an unaccompanied minor. And the airport takes care of it for you, or the airline does. So, yeah.
Without the parent knowing?
Well, I kind of got the impression that her mom did know. Like, she left her a note or something. That's a good question, though. Note to self, research that in the creepiest way possible.
Yep. And we're assuming that she just used up her college fund to go, to take that trip.
Which, you know, most normal parents, I feel, be like, what the shit are you doing? But let's not forget, her mother is a bohemian. Oh, which is also a word that is very problematic. Anyway.
And as he will find out, her dad is like super rich, so doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, ridiculously rich.
Soup's rich.
And apparently uninterested in a DNA test.
Yeah.
I mean, he trusts her.
And they're shown to be exactly like she has his eyes. Yes.
And a love for Cocoa Puffs. We learn that later on.
Which we all know is hereditary.
Well, she also butters her jam and toast, then folds her toast just like him. Because that's also definitely something that genetics.
Right.
Yeah, it's science, y'all.
Science. Bring the royal geneticist.
So she flies to England. She meets a boy who is very uninteresting, has no charisma, and I am not sure why she gives him the time of day.
He has a British accent.
He plays the guitar
while
sitting on the counter of a youth hostel.
And as we've learned from Beto O'Rourke, sitting or standing on things makes you instantly more interesting.
Especially if it's a counter.
Did he skateboard too? I can't remember.
Oh, God.
No, he drives it. He has a motorcycle.
He has a motorcycle.
I mean, this is a boy this sounds like a boy I would not want to spend time with.
And yet they basically instantly start dating.
Yeah.
Like, is he happy? Is he sad? Is he angry? Is he suspicious? You will never know.
He seems like the kind of boy who every morning will go, I wrote you a song.
Oh, God.
It's about your eyes. I'm like, okay, sure. Is it about how they're hazel? Because they were yesterday, too.
It's about how you have two of them.
Oh, snap, but soon you won't have two.
And I take his eyes.
Twa grey een.
But let's move on from him. Let's talk about a real stand-up performance. What was the name of the fiance's daughter again? Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Was her name Caroline? That would have been pretty funny.
Bland?
We could call her Blanche and just go halfway there.
Yeah. So Blanche, obviously not her name, but let's call her that, is generic spoiled rich British girl TM.
And is the daughter of the woman to whom Henry is engaged. So his future stepdaughter. She is obnoxious, her mother is obnoxious, everybody's obnoxious.
But they are clearly the villains.
Yes.
They do the villain dance.
And Henry is clearly not like the rest of, the British aristocrat, oh gosh.
Aristocracy.
The rest of the British aristocracy, because of the aforementioned Cocoa Pops.
But not just that. They do say specifically, like, as a lord, he actually already has a place in the House of Lords. for some fucking reason, he's given that up specifically to do, to try to get a place in the House of Commons, which requires a vote. It's stupid. It also is supposed to maybe be a sign that, oh, maybe he doesn't really enjoy the life of being a peer of the realm. It's like, oh, cry me a fucking
He's
river.
still fucking
But
rich.
at the end, we still see him enjoying the benefits of that peerage.
What?
Without any of the power to fix it at the end.
What?
And also, if you clearly don't like your fiancé,
Well, maybe he did, but he'll never regain that lost love, probably from his youth. Yeah, he was a different person that was before his father died, and, it's just, Can we talk about the leather pants yet?
yeah, sure. That's blah blah blah. He meets his daughter. He's convinced she's his, and there's a lot of getting to know each other, and she embarrasses him in social functions, but he doesn't actually really care. And then
Then they start bonding.
when she embarrasses herself another time by pushing a creepo into a lake, he rescues her from the press by hopping onto a motorcycle and then showboats on that motorcycle.
Hot.
And then changes into leather pants.
Yep.
Because,
And then they spend... I found an uncomfortable... And this is me, I like Colin Firth. I found that they spent an uncomfortable number of minutes, cutting to his leather-clad dancing ass. Back to him dancing in front of the mirror, back to the ass. Dancing in the mirror, back to the ass. It was a lot of ass.
And
Yeah.
and
He had a fake earring. It's like, where have you been keeping that fake earring?
And Conferth, my friend, you're attractive in many ways, but you don't really have an ass to speak of.
I wouldn't call him leather trousers attractive.
No.
I was just watching that, and it's like, Colin Firth, you're an Academy Award winner.
We know how to make you look very attractive, and this is not it.
I mean, I like Colin Firth his best when he's being weirdly repressedly British. If metaphorically speaking, I prefer my Colin Firth more on the Aziraphale end of things, not the curly end of things, in terms of Britishness.
Yeah. Though Pip, what about freshly out of a lake, Darcy, Colin Firth?
Excellent. A+.
To be fair,
Would watch
that
again.
is- yeah, no, that is the best thing about the 1995 Pride and Prejudice is the gratuitous
Bathing
pawn scene,
shots?
the gratuitous bath scene, the gratuitous pawn scene, all excuses to get Colin Firth wet. I'm like, yeah.
Man looks good damp.
But notice how in none of those is he dancing. Instead, he's sort of staring longingly at someone. I'm like, yeah, that's where it's at.
And is
awkward
any
pining.
and in any of this is he wet? No, he is not.
No, and that I feel
There
is
are
a-
opportunities too.
They're absolutely. Also, I have to say, for a man who's built his career on awkward pining, it is awkward indeed for this film to have him awkwardly pining for his daughter.
Right? It was like, are you two going to kiss or something? That'd be like,
No.
it's clearly what you two want to do.
Yeah.
no, ew.
Okay, the point where that got the most awkward was when he rescued her from the press and they went on the shopping scene, which was very similarly shot as the same shopping scene she did with the bland boy.
Yep.
She changes and he's
And he's
behind
watching?
a curtain. She changes behind a curtain, but she comes off to show off every outfit, which are all sort of skimpy teen girl outfits. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is inappropriate. You barely know this person.
Right?
But also, how many getting dressed montages do we need set in that particular small corner of London?
Yeah.
Well, they only had about 45 minutes of actual content, so they had to fill it up with repeating some scenes and then more dance numbers.
Yeah. And And let's not forget the more than a few. This isn't what it looks like, my daughter.
Yeah.
Speaking of dance scenes, shout out to the coordinated dance between complete strangers that I think included Princess Anne.
Yes, it did. Wait, was it Anne or Charlotte?
Whichever one has the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're...
So anyway, everything's extremely awkward for most of this movie. She tries to change him and makes a big splash, and he gets more in touch with his wild side. Things get too awkward, so he tries to change her to make her more stiff upper lippy British. She gets unhappy about it. She has...
Wait, Pip.
Yes?
The boyfriend got upset about it.
Oh,
yeah.
Then she got upset about it.
Here's the thing. He got upset about it. I'm like, whatever, you don't know her. Like she's gonna say no to the Queen's garden party. It's the fucking Queen.
Yeah, like he needs to get over himself, like for real.
Like
plan your outings better, asshole.
and also, you don't even look that upset, so.
Also, yeah, well, he had a whole, like, frozen face problem. But, like, be happy for your girlfriend or something. Like, get over yourself. Fuck you.
You've known each other, like, generously at that point, like, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, a month and a half. And it is too soon for you guys to be being this upset by misremembering plans.
Particularly when the other plan is the Queen's garden party.
Yeah.
Like, would you guys be unhappy with me if, like, I had to be like, oh my god, you guys, I'm so sorry, I have to cut out on this podcast reporting because the Queen?
I'd be upset that you hadn't been sending me pictures of all your possible outfit ideas.
I will resent you.
Or the corgis.
I will resent you forever.
No to self.
Don't tell Alex you're going to the Queen's
Yeah, seriously, tell everybody else.
So she has her coming out ball because she's a member of the society now and they have coming out balls or whatever. She does have, admittedly, a very pretty dress.
Oh, it was a total as I mentioned to Alex as we were watching it, because this movie is infinitely more watchable if there's other people around to complain at. It's almost the exact same outfit as Audrey Hepburn from My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
Which is yet another way this film could have gone. We have the Austen way, and we have the really diving into the My Fair Lady. But no.
Oh yeah, this really would have worked as a Pygmalion metaphor anyway.
Which they already did, though, in The Princess Diaries. Go on!
Sure, this movie is better as The Princess Diaries.
Wait. When did The Princess Diaries come out?
Ooh, good question.
That's a very good question.
I feel like before this, but the book definitely before this. So maybe,
2001, folks. 2001.
Ooh.
Oh, that's just in time to be writing coattails.
Yep, and okay, they have Dame Judi Dench. Let's get Colin Firth.
They don't have Judi Dench.
They have,
Who
Julie Andrews.
Yeah, her.
I was like, I'm looking right at her face. What's her name?
Yeah, her.
I'm in love with her. Why can't I do this?
They also had a famous British actor.
And notably, all of the multiply gendered potential love interests in this film, in that film, could act and were interesting.
Yeah.
I shipped her with everyone. The
That's
best
fair.
friend, the other best friend.
A future episode?
Julie Andrews.
Julianne, the bodyguard. I'll go for an age thing. Yeah.
I like how the Julie Andrews and the bodyguard became canon.
Yes! So great. Anyway, go on.
So we're not
Let's not talk about
Princess
better
Diaries.
movies. Let's talk about this movie.
Anyway, her mom shows up to the coming out ball. There's a whole big hullabaloo because Henry dances with Blanche instead of Daphne for the father-daughter dance because Caroline locked Daphne in a room so she couldn't get out. Yeah, which was, rude. We don't do that in polite society.
But also, I'm sorry, Daphne needs to also get over herself. Clearly her dad favors her over Blanche, the stepdaughter. What? I think that was just an excuse to just be over and done with.
Yeah.
So Daphne walks out with her mom. They're going like, I'm done changing for you, blah, 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 blah.
I'm breaking up with you.
Dad.
Yeah. It was a breakup.
They go back to America. Somewhere in all of this, they figure out that what's-his-face,
The Vizier or whatever.
The Vizier, more evil Polonius, what's-his-head, orchestrated the whole original breakup. Conan Firth, gets the nomination for not MP, but to be the...
Who knows?
To be the political thing he wanted, and then turns it down, so now he has no political power, because he needs to follow his conscience, and
probably he has opened up himself to be sued by his party donators. Who knows? I don't know how British politics work.
True. He punches more evil Polonius, who, let's be real, did deserve it. Breaks up with Caroline, goes to America, and they become a big happy family again. And they move to his palatial estate back in England.
And she gets into Cambridge, Oxford, yeah.
She gets into Oxford, and the bland boy is still there for some reason.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
the entirety of the movie, now you don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
Except you really should.
I remembered it being entertaining kinda bad. Like, oh, this is fun. Not good, but fun.
Like the way National Treasure is fun, not good.
Fight me. What am I gonna do now? Watch Chasing Liberty and realize that it's just a bad movie and not a fun movie?
Was it Mom who said, it's been hit by the suck fairy?
Yeah, the suck fairy. I think the suck fairy is a known concept.
Can you explain it?
The suck fairy, is when you rewatch something, as an adult that you loved as a child. It was amazing. It was the best thing you've ever fucking seen. But then you rewatch it, you're like, or reread it or what have you, and it's like, oh no.
As an adult, presumably.
As an adult, presumably. You're like, oh no, this is not good. This might be bad. Was I wrong originally? No. It was good when I watched it. Something happened to it in the meantime. It got hit by the suck fairy. The suck fairy is evil and wants us all to be unhappy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I always knew this wasn't a good movie. I just thought it was more fun than it was.
It distracted you with all the dance numbers.
It improves with someone having to take the piss out of it with.
Indeed.
True. Brendan, this is what we should have done when we were road tripping across America.
No.
We should have gotten booze.
Oh, good answer.
And watched this movie.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done in a huge rental truck.
I mean, if that sounds like quitters talk, but okay.
Nice.
First you say we can't go to a fictional town. Now you say we can't watch a movie and drive a truck at the same time.
While drinking.
While drinking. I mean, where's your sense of fun?
This time next year, we're sad to say that Pippin is no longer with us after she attempted a road trip while watching,
Chasing
Beavis
Liberty.
and Butthead. What? Oh, Chasing Liberty.
No regrets.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead do America. Ooh.
Put that
Okay,
on the
can we
list.
stop insulting me like this? I would not die in a fire wreck watching Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, Horribly Enough, that's like the first movie that came to mind. I don't know why. I think of you and I just think Butthead.
Oh, I will kick you off this call. Alright, y'all, this was a bad movie. How do we fix it?
Can I go first?
I got one.
You go.
So, I was kind of hinting at this earlier. I think this movie would be much improved with attempted murder.
Ooh.
Murder.
So we're talking, attempted assassinations, those Cocoa Puffs. Actually, not the Cocoa Puffs. Those bran flakes Poisoned.
Ooh.
She's been killing him off slowly. Slow arsenic poisoning. I love it.
Yes. And, and who knew that the outfit that he'd be wearing that afternoon was going to be laced with more arsenic, but he changed into the leather pants. My God.
I am so into arsenic poisoning.
Like, how much of this is arsenic?
Side note, I would like to recommend the nonfiction book Lady Killers, about female serial killers.
Did they use arsenic?
Oh.
Pippin.
Very often they used arsenic. It was easy to get.
And bland musician guy, actually a spy.
Dun dun dun.
Is it
'Cause you know what?
played by a better actor?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, come on, Pep.
Step 1.
Listen, this movie would have been improved alone just by recasting him.
I mean, 2003, who would you get?
I mean, if you
Be
wanted
too
a
early for
singer,
Zephyrin.
I mean, Zac Efron on his probably
Zac Efron is a great choice, but he's not British.
true.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's true. He's also visiting. Oh, he's got a mom who's British, but
There we go.
perfect.
How old was Zac Efron at the time?
I don't know.
Wasn't he in High School Musical?
He
At the time?
was. High School Musical came out in 2006.
But he was also
Oh.
like super older than the rest of the cast. I thought
But he looked like a baby back then.
he looks like a baby now.
Well, he wasn't trying to be a hard man back then.
Oh, he's just a year older than me and Elle.
Oh, see?
Huh.
That's fine. How old were you in 2002? 3?
Still in high school.
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, something like that.
So she's a cradle robber. Whatever.
Well, she's 17 and in the UK. All bets are off.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
No bow, chicka wow wow.
Alright, so their assassination... Wait, is the bland boy, now unbland, the one trying to kill Colin Firth? Or is he just sort of
He's
there?
he's the spy who gets
Daphne?
in too deep and falls in love.
Yeah, he was originally hired by the evil vizier, but fell in love with the Americans' wild ways. And he's the one that keeps on cluing her in about the poisons and all that, and loans the motorcycle because, of course, he owns a motorcycle. He's a spy.
He's a spy.
Dun dun dun.
Man, I really
And
need
then-
to rewatch Chasing Liberty.
And then he changes allegiances and helps save Colin Firth's life.
Nice.
Dun dun dun.
After you have the obligatory, Daphne finds out he's a spy and is all like, how could you betray me? I trusted you! And he's like, no, you don't understand. It started out that way, but now, and she's like, ah! And then she runs off, and then he's like, I gotta do the right thing, even if she'll never take me back. But then later she finds out about the right thing.
You dated me on a bet?
Fucking bet! Another movie better than this one.
Really, all movies are all deep down want to be she's all that.
There we go. I was about to say, and for the audience who don't know.
She's All That is a fucking classic of our times.
It's been forever since I've watched She's All That.
Heath Ledger as...
No, it was, who married Buffy in real life?
No,
Freddie
I know
Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr., but
Yeah.
sorry, I was doing roundabout thoughts here.
Oh, fair enough.
You were
Heath Ledger
thinking,
was in 10 Things I Hate About You.
yeah,
Another better movie.
which was based off Taming of the Shrew.
Thus proving that you should definitely base your stuff off of good things,
Well,
a la Austin.
and good plays.
Yeah,
Though actually, that 10 Things I Hate About You, who kind of improved on Taming of the Shrew, was a bit less rapey.
yeah, Taming of the Shrew
Yay.
is pretty rapey.
But that's a story for another episode, probably.
Dun, 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 dun.
Warning, if we ever do, for some reason, just straight up Taming of the Shrew, I will watch Kiss Me Kate instead. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Too
legit.
damn hot. So
yeah, that's mine. Murder and Spies.
I feel like I should go next because mine is actually kind of similar.
Okay.
Oh.
You see, there has already been a murder.
Wait, it starts with a
Dun,
murder?
dun, dun.
Everything should start with a murder.
I mean, yeah.
She gets to the estate, and like, so you're my daughter, and all that. And like, okay, you can stay here. And then, in the middle of the night, there is a murder.
In the middle of the night.
So it becomes an Agatha Christie story.
Yes.
Oh, and she's a plucky American who's solving mysteries.
Yes,
I do like plucky Americans.
Yep.
Is she absolved of guilt somehow, so she is like the perfect person to be investigating what's going on?
That, or she's the immediate suspect and therefore has to clear her name.
Yeah.
I'm into the immediate suspect.
Yeah. Like, and so of course, the person who has to die is, Blanche.
Oh no!
I like how we renamed all these characters because we don't know any of their names. Except for Liddy for some reason.
Yeah.
Mainly because, one, she doesn't really have enough personality to maintain in, why, yes, I am a suspect. Kind of vibe,
Wait, if we're killing off people for not having enough personality, they're all in trouble.
Alright, keep going with it.
So murder or mystery in the Dashwood Manor.
Ooh.
Like, is it a manor?
Dashwood.
Like,
It is it's a house in London, actually. Off Grosvenor Square, or however the fuck you pronounce it. It's very rich. Probably they have an additional, 4 or 5 fucking houses in the rest of England that we never got to see. A hunting box, and the country manor.
I assume that's where the last thing was, because it looked like they had a really big lawn, and you can't have that in London.
Depends on how rich you are. The end.
So, and also to make things interesting, at the end, bland boyfriend.
Bland.
What?
Sorry, I thought you were saying Blanche instead said bland, and I thought that was really funny.
Boyfriend turns out to be a secret Interpol agent.
Oh, that's... Wait a second, that's Brendan's plot!
Oh, yeah. But, well, he was he's not a spy. He's a policeman, an international policeman. And,
Ooh.
Wait, weren't you making out with a teenage girl? That's, so about this murder. But no, and it turns out at the end, 'twas the
Cat.
Yes, it was Kat, our sister. She went
Legit.
She went into the what a girl wants universe and murdered someone.
It's a fair cop.
Yeah. But no, let's go with this Granny, cause she's cool. And if we saw,
Oh wait, Granny did it?
yeah.
Nice.
Cause she's cool. Too cool. She's
Too cool for school?
too cool for school. And she's a member of the aristocracy. So she's guilty regardless.
Ooh.
Nice. There's no saving you from your guilt.
Why did you do it? Well, I much prefer Daphne as a granddaughter. That's
Damn.
it? That's it? Yes. But you're going to go to prison for murder.
Am I, though?
I'm rich.
Yeah.
Damn.
But what if he talk? What if you talk? Oh, you're rich and you're implying that you'll murder us. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's grim, man. It's grim.
Yeah. So, also, there's, a whole entire murder mystery of, who was it, and all that. And Daphne, was I actually the killer? For moments.
'Twas I that set the house ablaze.
Yeah. But, have fun with it. Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Can I go next?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go a really different route from y'all. From the, multiple spies and so forth. I'm gonna actually pick up what I thought was a genuinely lost plot thread. That I think could have really improved things. I mean, yeah, we can say improving the actors could have helped. A lot of things could have fucking helped. But we mentioned earlier on that the stupid British boyfriend was actually a bit of an aristocracy. He is various offensive things are said about his parentage.
In this movie, there's not so subtle racism.
Yeah, there's like the non-obvious, colonialism, and then there's the actual racism.
Yeah, I think he said, I think it was rich snob boy.
He gets referred to by unfortunate, almost Draco Malfoy-ish terminology, let's say.
There was peasant thrown in there at one point.
Yeah, I call people peasant for fun, but anyway. So there's this whole dangling thing that the kid knows, he has some sort of aristocratic parents. He's busy pretending to, be off and about, taking on all these random jobs. He doesn't actually need to. He's, independently wealthy. And so on the one hand, he's a reflection of what Daphne's dad, Lord Henry Dashwood, was when he was a youth, which is not at all. What's the, not
creepy?
Oedipal, what's the other one?
Electra.
Yeah. Anyway,
what does Daredevil's girlfriend have to do with this?
Leave her out of this.
things we never get, things that are left dangling. First of all, we never find out what his actual family situation is, even though it's referenced multiple times. And
multiple times, really?
Yeah.
I missed it that much?
Yeah.
Many times, sweetheart.
Like,
he went to school with the annoying rich guy.
OMG, they were roommates.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep. They shared a bed.
I mean, with some of those boarding schools, who knows?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, and the whole Princess Charlotte with her dog thing went nowhere. It was just a random like, oh, yay, she can charm aristocracy who are really knobby.
You know what would have been a great,
Are you about to steal my fucking plot?
No, I'm just gonna say a way
Uh-huh.
to make the dog thing pay off.
Okay,
if-
you can have that.
Is if the dog found Daphne at her coming out party when she was locked away.
Oh my god, see, that would have been really cute and also appropriate, because the dog loves Daphne. But anyway.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
So what I want is, there was no vindication on the part of the dude. No acceptance from his family, nothing like that. He begins the movie running away from home and his responsibilities, and he ends it that way too.
Yeah. Here I am in America kissing a chick. Yeah.
Is he actually in America? Oh, God. How do you get the fucking money for the flight? I am actually
Lord Henry
personally...
Yeah, Henry Dash.
Oh, whatever. I am personally annoyed deeply by people who think being poor is fun. I have met these people, I do not approve of them, and I think that their whole lives are ridiculous. So I would have appreciated if this film had, I'm thinking, connected Princess Charlotte to him. I would have liked that.
Oh, my dear boy, what are you doing here?
Exactly, what are you doing here? And then he's like, never mind, grandmama, I gotta go over here, or great aunt or something like that. He's like, you'll never tie me down. And, whatever. And then, Daphne has a talk with her where she says, no, we never wanted to tie him down. I love him even though he is a filthy mongrel. And he's like, whoa, says Daphne. That's step one. Stop that. And then, they all get together in the end, and it's okay to take it's okay to have responsibility and also still not be a dick. Which is also what Henry Dashwood needs to learn, but he also doesn't learn it at the end of the film.
True.
He gives up all fucking responsibility.
Yeah.
He never learns balance.
He doesn't. And here's the thing, you can actually do a tremendous lot of good being in the House of Lords if you're a moderate or, if, God help us, a progressive.
Yeah. He was needed.
He could have done a lot of great stuff.
He was needed in the House of Lords, not in the House of Commons. Fucking thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Americans' Opinions of British Politics.
We know things.
Look, the British can't make fun of us for a while.
And if
based on their political shenanigans going on right now.
And if what would have happened if he ended up, if he finally got into House of Commons and ended up as a fucking backbencher?
Oh my God. See, and other words we know from British politics. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would have done. I don't like that there's all these loose threads. I realize it's actually more than one change. It's everybody getting their responsibility back and also developing these two characters, and their relationship a bit more. But fuck it. I'm doing it. That's my change.
Fair.
Oh god. Henry Dashwood during the whole entire Brexit fuckery.
He could have been
Maybe he
so
could have
useful.
helped if he'd still been in the House of Lords.
Yeah.
Ugh. He doesn't even have an heir or anybody who can take his place.
Which would that seat go empty, or would it go to someone else's cousin? And
does he have a cousin? Does he have a progressive cousin?
Side note, how great would it be if his mom...
That'd be awesome.
Someone has to do your job, Henry.
Yeah.
Can he do a takesy backsies?
I mean, it depends on how close he is to the throne.
I thought 40-something.
Oh, no, he's 30-something, isn't he? Because the other girl was 40-something? If she doesn't get married, if her mom doesn't marry him?
Something like that.
I thought he was 30-something and she was 70-something.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
No, Blanche was 70-something.
Oh, I'm very
There we go.
I thought she was 90-something.
I don't know. Does it matter? I mean, I can't believe we're trying. I mean, it does matter because this is what we do for this fucking show. But at the same time, they clearly didn't care.
Were we writing this, we would have done research.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just chatting about it, meh. Alright, is it my turn?
Yep.
So, I'm gonna be very on brand, but I swear to God, it's actually gonna make thematic sense this time.
Oh, no.
So what this movie needs to be is more queer. But let me tell you why it makes sense this time. Other than the fact that all movies should always be more queer, because why aren't they? We deserve bad teen comedies, just like everybody else.
Agreed.
But do we still need Love Simon in this day and age? Yes, we fucking do. Anyway.
And for further rants from Pippin about queer cinema, follow us on patreon.com.
Oh, don't make these promises for me. So part of this movie is about being true to who you are, right?
Yep.
Which is a common theme in, say, queer cinema. And so what if, Daphne was an out and proud lesbian, thus clearing up that whole bland boy problem.
Excellent.
And other problems.
She lives in New York. It's super progressive. She's never had to hide about who she is. Her mom's cool with it. And then she goes to meet her dad. And maybe he's cool with it. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. But the rest of society is not. There's part of trying to hide who she is, for his political career, for the family. And Granny clearly not minding, because, what does she care?
Wait, are you saying that also, instead of a bland boyfriend, she could have had a bland girlfriend?
I'm saying she could have had an amazing girlfriend. I'm just... Sorry, I'm trying to think of a way to make Kristen Stewart work.
She would have been around, our age, Pip. Probably younger.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have... There's no way to make it work, but also she would have killed it in this role. But, so part of it is, trying to hide who she really is. But also, her trying to, connect Harry with who he really is. And bring that out more. 'Cause, by Harry, I meant Henry.
Yep. I followed. Go with it.
Because he is bi.
Yes.
Never occurred to him before because he does like girls. Like that one girl real well. And why not? Can still like her at the end. I will allow this. But you know what? Not the only option open to him. So there's her trying to teach him about, queer culture and how he doesn't have to be like out and loud like, she is. He can be his own quiet version of out.
Though you still have those leather pants and that earring.
Still have the leather pants.
And yeah, he has leather pants and
Oh my
the
god.
earring.
Instead of having the ass shots, we could have seen him going through like, flag codes.
I was thinking the same thing, hanky codes, and very little of the audience would have understood.
But we would have all
it
been
would-
laughing.
It would have been satisfying.
Okay.
Deeply.
I tie the pocket square like this, and
So that means something very specific. So trying to find balance that way. And then he, at the end remains in politics so he can push progressive, politics because, gosh darn it, we need it.
Yay!
And he still marries, Libby at the end, but is more true about who he is. And Daphne goes to Cambridge and, makes out with girls.
Amen.
amen.
Shows, put I'm a cheerleader to a whole swath of Cambridge girls.
First of all, how dare she steal my move? Second of all,
The dream.
the dream.
Yeah, that's how I would fix this movie and make it, the queer rom-com we all deserve. Not even a rom-com, just a queer movie.
Approve.
Right. So I'm already thinking of a game.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking, the character that would be king.
Which
Alright.
one is that one?
Make a secondary character primary.
Okay. Al, if you're already thinking about it, I think that means you have an idea.
And you know who I'm making primary?
I'm betting I know.
I bet I know too.
Blanche.
I did not
Ooh.
know.
No, but that means someone else is gonna steal mine.
That means yes, I agree, Pippin.
Dibs on next.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yes, Blanche, whose name that definitely is.
I was like, I'm gonna look this up. I was like, no, it's more fun if I don't.
Yeah, and then we'll put her actual name in the show notes. Or will we?
Yeah, don't make this promise for me.
Because during this time, she's just been a spoiled daughter of the fiance who's mainly just kind of annoying at Daphne. He doesn't actually really go out of her way to actually,
Antagonize.
yeah, like is just kind of antagonistic. Mm-hmm.
I actually felt sorry for her.
Yeah. And so, she needs her own story. So, during this entire time, she finds dirt on her family. And she's like, how far does this, like, I always thought our family was kind of uptight. We're honest in our uptightness. But could we...
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
Yes. If I pull the string, will it all unravel?
Yes.
And that's explaining how Evil Vizier, who is in fact her grandfather.
Oh, yep, that's true. That is canonical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winds up as a bus tour guide for, even though he while being Evil Vizier still has, a resume. And so, just, like, not just his, fake Dear John letters, but also the embezzlement, the bribery,
I like the rolling R's on the bribery.
indeed,
The assassinations.
well, if there were assassinations, then, it would probably be more than just a bus tour guide. I was just going to go with the forgeries, but, assassinations too.
The assassinations are what he gets away with.
Ooh.
They could never prove those.
But yeah, and just an entire arc of, was my entire life a lie?
Was it a bet? Was it a fucking bet?
Aw, y'all.
And just, give her something entertaining to do.
Nice.
Yeah. And also, just Daphne from her perspective, who is just this kind of...
Who is living in that house for a day and dancing around, making a mess. Like, what kind of fucking guest is that?
Like just this random American idiot crash landed into the room next door.
American Idiot, a great album.
Indeed.
Sorry. Unrelated, just saying.
Probably, I think it came out around the same time. Who knows?
That I'll look up.
But no, Blanche's name. I love it.
No.
So is that you?
That's me. Pip is currently looking things up.
2004.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Pip, you called next?
I did call him next.
You bastards.
Haha. 'Twas I who
set the house ablaze.
Thank you, Alex, for supporting me in my, claiming of dibs. So,
oh yes, dibs, they say.
Take it right. The character that I would make king, or rather, queen, is the grandmother.
Nice.
Fuck you.
I knew.
Right
this is why I called dibs.
Ear.
This is why I called dibs.
You absolute
Because it was too good and I knew I wanted it. Because let's face it, she is the most interesting character in this movie.
Yeah.
She wears pants, she wears long coats, she shoots guns.
She shoots guns. She's amazing.
She shoots guns in amazing hats.
Oh yeah. She is every inch elderly British aristocrat who has run out of fucks to give. She is Lady Ramkin.
Yeah, she is.
Without the dragons. But she is so rich and privileged that she does not need to conform to society's rules. She's like, whatever, fuck it. And so yeah, just having her perspective of the whole thing. And what machinations she must have had in the background to get rid of Caroline and Blanche, before Daphne got there, because she must have had some. Because not only is she an elderly aristocrat, with her own opinions, she was also, potentially a mother-in-law. So there was that going on too. Who was being disrespected in her own home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know, she gets called like an old bat by Blanche, before she walks into her room. And I'm like, Blanche, that's fucking rude. You are in her home.
That's Lady Old Bat to you.
Indeed it is. So yeah, just having her watch all the situation, gather evidence on how shitty everyone is, and then go full on family matriarch about it. Not just the passive-aggressive giving her favorite tiara to, the new American girl.
Although that was pretty great.
Oh yeah.
That was chef's kiss perfect. Passive-aggressive of the landed gentry.
Though Daphne, he's like, here, you want a tiara, you can have it. And Granny's like, no, it's like, just pass.
That doesn't belong to you.
Just give it back to me. Okay.
I would have preferred you throw it on the ground.
Throw it on the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground. Daphne isn't part of your system. But yeah, no, I would have loved just 2 hours of passive-aggressive family matriarch.
Well, you know what?
Flipping between super fancy dresses, and whatever she rolled out of bed in that morning.
Can I go next?
Go for it.
Because here's the thing. I've discovered a way that, Pippin, I'm also going to take the grandmother.
How dare you?
But I'm going a different direction with it.
How fucking dare you?
We could do that?
Let's not talk yeah, apparently, because I'm doing it, bitches. Fight me outside.
I will.
We can do that now, because you live here now. Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
Fight you. So anyway. And other such loving epithets from the sibling cabal. So I would like the grandmother, but here's what I would like to do with her. I'm very surprised that you didn't have her go full Miss Marple. Because I'm stealing Brendan and Alex's plots. There's been a murder!
Oh, here's the thing. I don't know Miss Marple, so...
All you need to know is little old lady solves crime by being a little old lady.
We were
Isn't Murder, She Wrote the same thing?
Very similar.
We were watching Miss Marple this weekend.
We were. But yeah, I would love to have aristocratic, solving crime, wearing her house coat around in very inappropriate situations, shooting. I want the gun to be involved somehow. 'Cause, I love a, Chekhov's gun.
Nice.
Oh shit, what else, man? Her grandson has been feeling poorly. There's a conniving fiancé. There's a sudden, unexpected secret daughter. I mean, holy shit. She has all the pieces to do a murder mystery. And then she could be the bumbling detective, but not bumbling. The old lady detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've discussed what I like about mysteries before, and I like having a lot of different players on the field. And this, I think, there's a good opportunity here that's unfortunate that they missed. And then we get to have fun shenanigans with little old ladies.
Yeah. Okay, but...
Who have stopped giving a fuck.
Okay, but who would be the detective who underestimates her initially, but gradually respects her deductive reasoning? And also just her stone cold old stare.
I feel like
Hugh Laurie.
I feel like the answer that you're looking for is going to be an aged up of the asshole boy, but I don't want him in the movie at all. I just don't.
Brendan's right. The answer is Hugh Laurie.
I didn't even hear that it was Hugh. Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
So we solved that.
Done.
So that's my character.
I mean, that's my character that you stole, but okay.
I would like to contend that it was in fact my character that you stole before I even got to it.
I'm sorry, who did Alex give it to?
Wow.
So, Bren.
All right, so I was thinking about it, and I was thinking for a change of pace here. Let's look at Lord Henry Dashwood here.
Ooh.
Because he has kind of an interesting situation going on here where he, knowingly or not, has kind of been a deadbeat dad for 17 years.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I think there's some good character reflections that can happen with that where, yeah, he has not the faintest idea what to do with this, brash American daughter, but at the same time, he wants to do right. I mean, we kind of established that he's trying. Not well, but trying. So I'm thinking that we just have it be a reflection on owning up to responsibility. We change the ending of the movie such that he doesn't do the abdicating, or not abdicating, the giving up, whatever, withdrawing. I think he withdrew his nomination or something. No. He goes full tilt into doing progressive leadership, all thanks to the influence of the new bond that he's formed with his daughter, and has become a better person. Not just reverting back to a younger, save state, as it were. No, he's synthesizing it all into being a complete person at the end of the movie.
Aww.
Taking the wild passion and idealism of youth and mixing it in with the wisdom and experience of the adulthood, and fusing a pathward forward where, he kind of has this full life.
Are you suggesting that he grow as a person?
Oh,
How dare you?
All thanks to the efforts of connecting with his daughter, long-lost daughter.
Are you also suggesting that our bonds with other people make us better?
this sounds like
That's
crazy
what
talk.
Japanese RPGs tell me.
Daphne will remember this.
That's Telltale?
Listen, I don't know. I just know it's a phrase.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm really proud that I knew that much.
I'm also proud of you.
Thank you. You have no clue.
Not a fucking clue. None whatsoever.
You ranked up the Daphne social link. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Totally a chariot arcana.
Nope. You've gone where I can't follow. Anyway. Is that the movie? Did we all also just take out the boy?
I think we all took out
No,
yeah.
Brendan,
I kept him.
you kept him.
And Al did
Yeah,
too.
Okay.
I made him an Interpol agent.
Which is sort of the same. I think we also decided all to recast him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from this is we all had fundamental problems with the boy and either completely changed him or just got rid of him. The boy is the problem in this movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't the main love interest.
Nope.
Colin Firth was. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Oh, that's...
I don't think it would have been as bad if the boy weren't there to...
To
Well,
contrast.
here's one.
Yeah.
Here's one last question that I don't know if the movie truly answered. What was it that a girl wanted?
Don't make me say it.
Her daddy.
Wait, no, Pip just said it.
Her what?
Her daddy, and I didn't like saying it. I feel dirty. I don't like it. I do not like
Do
it.
you see yourself in this photo and you do not like it?
It's either that or she wants daddy hot boyfriend, fun times dressing up at the ball, crazy dance numbers involving a princess, pushing a guy into a lake,
Bangles,
adventures,
bracelets.
and getting accepted into Harvard or to Oxford.
Which that's all just admit that she got in as a legacy.
Oh, yeah, no,
God, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She got in as a legacy, and also, like, that's... The trappings of power, once again, are being used and abused.
Left and right.
Without fucking responsibility. Ugh!
And that, dear listeners, is us us hating institutional wealth.
Eat the rich, that's what we're saying.
If it was my institutional wealth, I'd feel a lot better. But on the other hand, I also like to think that I would not be a massive dick about it. The end.
Right. As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone. And please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. Such as the thank you video that we just made after, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really great at this.
If you want to see all 4 siblings in the same room, and possibly even in sync...
What?
See you next time when we talk about a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. Which I think was funny.
It's a comedy tonight.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But tragedy tomorrow. We should save it for when we actually talk about it. Come on, you guys.
Until then, where no story is sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're No,
No
Story
Story
is
is
Sacred.
Sacred.